Hey guys, and welcome to my stimulus package update and stimulus check update. Wow, I haven't said those words in so long. I want you guys to know that I missed you more than you missed me, and I'm happy I'm back here for you with another video just to give you my perspective on everything that's been going on.
Take a look, you guys. The past couple days, I've been keeping you up to date as stimulus checks are starting to pop up more on articles like this. Soaring gas prices are hurting Americans. It's time for more stimulus checks. And these calls for new stimulus checks, the backing, the foundation for this is gas prices. As we're hearing, they're soaring, and we've heard from the White House and members of Congress, they're not coming down anytime soon, and there's nothing, we heard, for them to bring them down. So they're saying the only way to help out Americans at this time is to provide them with more direct assistance, more money, more payments to help pay for these increased gas prices. Now, take a look. We already had a plan released from Congress on a federal level. Democrats unveiled a plan to issue quarterly stimulus checks to Americans by taxing oil companies, posting huge profits. And what they're proposing is taking the average gas price between 2015 and 2019, and then whatever that is, we're going to find out what the average gas price is now, and then they're going to tax them the difference and then send that money out to the American people as direct stimulus check payments on a quarterly basis. Let me know your thoughts. And what they're hoping is this will provide stimulus checks, or it'll convince gas companies to somehow bring those overall prices down so that way the difference that they get taxed on is not as high. Now, also, we've heard that there's support for this on state levels. Take a look at this. I reported to you earlier. Democratic leaders seem on board with Governor Gavin Newsom's proposal for gas money for Californians. And yes, he's also proposing stimulus checks from gas money, and one I'm going to be reporting to you today in more detail that came out this week as well. Florida drivers could get gas tax break in October. Now, why October? Well, I've been telling you guys here on the channel for quite some time, no provisions on a quarterly basis. Let me know your thoughts. And what they're hoping is this will provide stimulus checks, or it'll convince gas companies to somehow bring those overall prices down so that way the difference that they get taxed on is not as high. Now, also, we've heard that there's support for this on state levels. Take a look at this. I reported to you earlier. Democratic leaders seem on board with Governor Gavin Newsom's proposal for gas money for Californians. And yes, he's also proposing stimulus checks from gas money, and one I'm going to be reporting to you today in more detail that came out this week as well. Florida drivers could get gas tax break in October. Now, why October? Well, I've been telling you guys here on the channel for quite some time, no provisions are off the table. And here's why. Because this year is a midterm election year, and those that are currently in power, likely right before elections, are going to want to remind voters that they should keep them in power by sending them out some forms of assistance or incentives to vote in their favor. And you guys, that is why stimulus checks, in my personal opinion, we could see these come back, and we've been hearing a lot about them lately. So I'm going to get you caught up on the latest on a state stimulus check for gas in the state of Florida. Florida drivers could get gas tax break in October, and it says House and Senate negotiators, they agreed on Wednesday night of last week to use $200 million in federal stimulus money to give Governor Ron DeSantis part of his request for a gas tax break, as they wrapped up more of the budget that will send an annual legislative session into overtime. And it says House Appropriations Chair Jay Trumbull, Republican from Panama City, and Senator Appropriation Chairwoman Kelly Stargell from Lakeland, they approved a wide range of uses of $3.46 billion in stimulus money. That included funding a gas tax break, which would occur in October, right before those elections in November. Also, they agreed on more than $450 billion in additional tax relief as well, which had mostly been included in the House Bill HB 7071. Now, a budget that will top $100 billion is expected to be completed on Thursday, and this is Trumbull and Stargell's still hammering out the differences of what is known as conforming bills, including a controversial environmental package, SB 2508. Now, listen to this. The state is flush with cash from stimulus money and higher than expected tax revenue, and we're hearing that this is the case for a lot of states. They have got a lot of leftover funds, also the $350 billion from the American Rescue Plan, and a lot of that wasn't even used. We heard that there was so much left over that in that omnibus bill they tried to pass, they tried to take leftover funds from that and use it in that omnibus bill, but lawmakers said, nope, we're not going to let you do it because there's a lot of people that were supposed to get money, stimulus money, that didn't, and we're not going to let you take their money. they need to allocate that appropriately. So you guys, that's right, there's a lot of states that have a lot of money, and they're going to be likely releasing more checks, more provisions like we're seeing here. But the House and Senate leaders could not complete the budget by the Tuesday deadline, meaning that lawmakers likely will have to return to Tallahassee this Monday tomorrow to vote on the spending plan for the fiscal year that will be starting July 1st. People always think it's harder when you don't have money, and I would say it's been harder to try to figure out how to appropriately fund things in an efficient and effective way, Stargell said. And in addition to that, this article says that the legislation is going to be helping with schools, increasing the minimum wage. Also, they want to reduce the state gas tax, and also they want to help out with getting more jobs. So you guys, a lot of legislation going out, but the main thing that I wanted to focus on in this article was those potential stimulus checks, those tax rebates for gas prices. Now, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. It seems like more and more support just recently is starting to come up as those gas prices are increasing, and we're hearing it's not likely they're going to be going down anytime soon. Do you think that this is something that needs to be done on a federal level, or we're seeing states doing it? We've seen a new plan released from Democrats in Congress, as I mentioned, for that gas tax against oil companies. But you guys, it's very likely, like I said, we're going to be hearing more and more talks about stimulus checks and provisions to encourage people to vote those that are currently in power back into power as we get closer to those midterm elections. And I would not be surprised to see more talks coming up about federal level checks as we get closer to those November midterm elections. So you guys, that is the latest on stimulus checks. They're being proposed in the states of Florida and California, and we've got new plans released on a federal level. And like I said, I'll let you know as more information rolls out. And also, I'm going to be keeping you up to date on what's happening with Build Back Better. We're hearing there's going to be a revised Building a Better America bill that's going to be including provisions, and it does not currently include stimulus checks, child tax credits. We will see what unfolds with that. Now, in addition to that, we're also hearing new phases will likely be coming. The president said he wanted to see billions and billions of additional spending and support and stimulus to help battle the pandemic. They wanted to include it in the omnibus bill that just passed. It was taken out, and as I mentioned, it was because they tried to repurpose American Rescue Plan funds that were for states, counties, and cities, and they said, nope, we're not going to let you do it, so there was no additional spending. So we're hearing there's very likely going to be new phases, the revised Build Back Better. All of this is on the way, and like I said, likely more stimulus check talks as we get closer to those midterm elections. So you guys, I'll keep you up to date, and also, like I said, I'll keep you up to date on what's going on with our new Flip project. If you're interested, just started demo and cleanup, and you guys, this is a massive project.
Alright guys, this is all I have for you in this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really missed you. Hopefully I'll see you here again very, very soon. And I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions on everything we talked about here in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate you all. Please hit the like button on the video, share this video with your friends and family, and subscribe if you haven't already, and click that notifications bell to be notified that whenever I publish new videos for you. Please stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next video.